guys, Rudy from WTF Golf here. We're at the Pro Shop in Fourways today with Master Fitter Alfred, and he's going to explain us wedges, the art of pitch shots, everything, what type of wedge we need to use, what's the different bounce, etc. I'm not very good up with wedges, so I've got these three wedges. I've got a 56, a 60 and a 52, and I don't feel confident with them at all anymore. So Alfred, give us a run through the wedges and what is out there for the consumer.
Okay, so obviously wedge fitting is very unique.
Yes.
People have different styles, once again, around the greens, in the bunkers, their approach shots. So wedges, there's so many wedges out there with different grinds, different bounces, different lofts. It's vitally important to go through the process to see what's going to work for you. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions so I can help you a bit more with your wedges. Where do you play your golf mostly?
Well, roundabout in the northwest area, and we all know that area is green almost all year round. It's soft fairways. It's not hard conditions. It's very soft. Yeah.
So it's soft, lush golf courses you play.
Yes.
All right, perfect. And as I've seen in the nets, you've got a pretty steep angle of approach.
Okay.
So what is your bad shot in the wedges? How do you miss? Do you thin them? Do you fat them? How do you hit
Yeah,
the
it's
wedges?
quite fat shots. Usually, I don't have trouble with thinning anything. It's usually just hitting behind the ball and it's not going through. It's as if I'm taking too much. Yeah, hitting stuff.
Okay, perfect. So as we know, with a steep angle of approach and your bad shot is the fat shot, your bounces are probably too low for you.
Okay.
Okay, so if we look at your clubs here, we've got a very low bounce lob wedge, a very low bounce sand wedge, and your mid bounce on the gap wedge. Okay, so what bounce means? If you take a club and you put the club down in your hand, that angle from the leading edge to the ground, that's your bounce. So the higher the leading edge is from the fairway or from the ground, the more bounce.
Okay.
The closer the leading edge, less bounce.
Makes sense.
So the closer the leading edge, the sharper it makes that bottom
of
the club. So that's probably why you're hitting those flat shots.
Okay.
The bounce is too little, and so we need to help you. We need to add a bit more bounce.
Digging too deep.
Digging too deep.
Okay.
You mentioned earlier during the course of the day that you're using your lob wedge out of the bunker as well. And do you also tend to hit them short, or do you hit them over? Do you hit them flat?
Actually, out of the bunker, I don't have a problem with the lob wedge. Okay. It's more around the green, my bunker, but that is out of practicing. Just
manipulating the club.
Yes, I really enjoy bunker shots, so I don't have a problem with bunker shots, but I think it's just around the greens.
Alright, so obviously my suggestion would be is to go for more of a mid to high type of bounce club. It's vitally important to also have a look at your pitching wedge loft to see what the angles would be on the wedges as well. You know, a lot of people, they play with a 45-degree pitching wedge and then they play with a 52, 56, 60, where my recommendation would be is to fill that gap by 5 degrees, go 50, 54, 58.
Okay.
Just to see the gaps in the wedges match with the entire set as well. In your case, being steep down into the ball, hitting those fat shots, you're not allowing the club to do the work.
All right.
You know? So for me, it's going to be mid to high bounce wedges. If we look at the tightest range, there's plenty of different styles as well. You get the different grinds. L grind, which is the low grind for with the low bounce, people that like to manipulate the club head, play around with it. Then you get your M grind, which is mid, S standard. The F is the full shot. So with your gap wedge, do you play full shots only, or do you play with it around things as well?
I like hitting full shots, 120, 125 meters. But it's a nice club for me to use when I want to play bump and run, up a hill or whatever. So I use the 52 a lot. You can even see on the top there. It's a club that gets used a lot. So I like it all over.
Okay, perfect. So as you guys can see here, just hold it with me, Rudy. As you guys can see here, his wedge is weighed off at the front. So that means that the bounce is very little.
Okay.
So it's weighed at the front. If it's been weighed at the back, there's too much bounce.
Okay.
So all your wedges are pretty much weighed out at the front, at the leading edge.
I see that. Yeah.
That is, you are too steep into the ground. You need to give you a little bit more bounce. for that to move it a little bit further back. Okay, so with your gap wedge, I'll probably go for a little bit higher bounce.
Sorry, those AP3s we tested, what was the wedge that we used there? What would my wedge be there?
The loft,
yeah, the
about
loft.
44 degrees.
Okay, so then we'll have to go to about a 50 then?
About a 50, that's right. So I would just bend these irons to a 50.
Okay.
So let's have a look here. No, I don't really have 50s here at the moment. So let's just go with your standard loft here. Okay. I'll probably just stick with a 52, the 8 full grind, which is going to allow you to hit that full shots and just be versatile around the greens.
Okay.
Your sandwich and your lob wedge for me is the
biggest problem.
Yeah. Your sandwich, do you use it off the fairway full shots?
It's only full shots.
Full shots only. So as you can see, it's also being grind at the front, so I'd go much higher bounce here. So also a versatile wedge. I've got the 14F. So there's a lot of bounce from here. It's also the full shot grind. So this is going to help you just not hitting those flat shots and giving that consistency that you're looking for. So there's the 56 14 full, and with the 60, obviously very little bounce here. I'd go for the standard bounce, the 10 standard. So this is also versatile. You like to use this out of the bunker, let's give you a little bit more bounce. You like to play with it around the greens, hit full shots. So the 10 bounce would just help you also with that consistency, with that tighter dispersion. There's the 60-10.
And all of them are SM7s, eh?
Yeah, all of them are the new SM7s. There's the 5208 full. So those wedges, higher bounces, just going to allow you to hit those shots much more consistent and get the end result closer to the hole.
Yeah, so you guys, now, getting the ball close to the green, you need to up and down, and this is where wedges gets important for myself, and I should be for any average golfer out there as well. So I'm going to take these to the course, guys. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on all our other media platforms, follow Pro Shop Fourways also on Facebook, linked below in the description, and guys, share it around with your friends and family, and happy golfing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rudy. Appreciate it. Thank you.